Welcome back to At One Insight World, where we unravel the hidden currents of global power. I'm your guide on this incredible journey, and today we're diving deep into a revolution in modern warfare, Israel's groundbreaking targeting the supply chain strategy against Iran. Picture the night of June 13th, 2025, when the skies over Natanz and Tehran ignited with the roar of F-35 jets and the silent swarm of suicide drones. This was Operation Lion's Roar, a defining moment that could reshape the Middle East and beyond. If you've joined us for Prisoners of Geography, where we explored Iran's Zagros Mountains as a natural fortress, or 100-year marathon, where we uncovered China's long game, you know we're all about the big picture. But today, we're zeroing in on a strategy that cuts the enemy's lifeline: command, production, logistics. Let's embark on this odyssey together. Stay curious. The saga begins in 1979, when Khomeini's death to Israel chant sparked a feud that still burns today. Iran's nuclear pursuits and support for Hezbollah and Hamas made it a constant threat to Israel. Covert strikes, like the 2010 Stuxnet virus that crippled Natanz with eerie noises, or the 2012 assassination of scientist Mostafa Ahmadi-Roshan with a sticky bomb, set the stage. The October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack, killing 1,200 Israelis, pushed Israel to act with Operation Savon in 2024, eliminating Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran and Northern Shield, which torched Hezbollah's depots. Netanyahu, in a June 18th, 2025 Channel 14 interview vowed, "I fought 40 years to stop Iran's nuclear dream." This wasn't just about destruction. It was about severing Iran's war engine. Now, let's journey back to the roots of this epic saga. Israel's shadow war against Iran took shape in the early 2000s. The 2010 Stuxnet attack, a joint Israel-US marvel, infiltrated Natanz systems, causing centrifuges to fail with haunting, otherworldly sounds that baffled engineers. In 2012, Mostafa Ahmadi-Roshan's assassination with a magnetic bomb attached by a motorcyclist in Tehran was a bold strike that shook Iran's nuclear elite. These were the opening chapters of a long story. The plot thickened on October 7th, 2023, when Hamas's brutal assault killed 1,200 Israelis and took hostages, pushing Israel into action with Operation Savon. In July 2024, a smart bomb eliminated Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, the explosion reverberating like a thunderclap across the city. Then came October 2024's Northern Shield, where GBU-39 bombs turned Hezbollah's depots in Lebanon into ash, and December's Red Sea strikes sank Houthi ships. Each move refined Israel's approach, targeting the threads, command, production, logistics that held Iran's network together. Netanyahu's 40-year crusade, as he shared on June 18th, 2025, was about dismantling this lifeline. This deep dive weaves through every covert mission, every diplomatic twist, and every Middle East consequence, connecting to 100-year marathon-esque lessons on patience and strategy. Welcome to the technological soul of this revolution, artificial intelligence. On June 13th, 2025, at 2:30 a.m., Heron TP drones hummed over Natanz, their cameras streaming live data to Tel Aviv. These drones, driven by AI algorithms, locked onto targets with sub-2-meter precision, turning warfare into a high-tech art. F-35 jets, guided by this brilliance, dropped 2,000-pound GBU-31 bunker busters, reducing 70% of Natanz to rubble in a heartbeat. The air thickened with smoke, and satellites captured the chaos, a triumph of data over destruction. AI didn't stop at aiming. It dissected Iran's supply chain with human from ground spies, SIGINT from intercepted calls, and satellite feeds. At 3:45 a.m. AGM, 158 cruise missiles hit Mohammad Bagheri's headquarters in West Iran, collapsing a 5-story building with a deafening blast that shattered windows miles away. By 4:15 a.m., Hussein Salami fell to a kamikaze drone in Esfahan, the underground explosion roaring like a dragon. This technical breakdown explores every algorithm, every data point, and every Middle East implication, linking to battlefield cyber insights. Now, let's soar into the skies with drones, the muscle of this strategy. At 4:15 a.m. on June 13th, 2025, a kamikaze drone struck Hussein Salami's bunker in Esfahan, the blast shaking the earth like a dragon's roar. These drones, costing just $500,000 each, operated with autonomous navigation, penetrating deep into Iranian territory with lethal precision. On June 15th, guided bombs demolished drone factories in Hamadan, sending plumes of smoke into the sky, while earlier strikes on June 13th turned Shahab, 3 depots in Kazakhstan, into massive fireballs visible for miles. These drones, enhanced with electronic hacks, neutralized Russia's S-300 defenses, allowing Israel to sever production and logistics links. Months of secret placements by Mossad agents ensured their success, embodying the cutting the octopus's tentacles metaphor we've discussed. This deep dive explores every drone model, every strike location, and every Middle East consequence, tying to prisoners of geography's terrain analysis. Finally, the invisible war, cyber operations. On June 14th, 2025, a sophisticated hack disrupted the IRGC's financial systems, stalling transactions and throwing their economy into chaos. Updated Stuxnet-like viruses jammed radio communications with noise, while Mossad agents, armed with smuggled weapons, targeted defenses from within. Netanyahu's June 14th declaration, "We've severed Iran's vital chain," underscored this triumph. At 3:45 a.m., the AGM 158 strike on Bagheri's headquarters and the 4:15 a.m. drone hit on Salami showcased this synergy. This section uncovers the invisible war, psychological ops, financial sabotage, and the Middle East fallout, connecting to dark territory as cyber lessons. This strategy, compared to traditional warfare's frontal assaults, targets lifelines, command, production, logistics. Iran's June 16th retaliation with Fateh, 110 missiles hit only 30% of targets, proving the chain's collapse. The 50% launcher destruction on June 17th signals a geopolitical shift, but Iran's 60% enriched uranium remains a risk. Can this doctrine sustain? The Middle East, with its oil riches and fragile alliances, is the testing ground. Israel's success here could inspire the U.S. against China or Russia, but the nuclear shadow looms large. As observers at One Insight World, we see what others might miss: the human cost, the diplomatic ripples, and the 2025 trends like climate pressures on Iran's water supply. This analysis weighs every angle, every consequence, and every global lesson. Let's bring it all together. Israel's AI, drones, and cyber ops have redefined warfare by targeting Iran's supply chain. From Natanz to Hamadan, the chain was severed, proving a new era of precision. But what does this mean for 2025? The Middle East could stabilize or explode. Your thoughts matter. Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to One Insight World for more geopolitics insights. Hit the bell so you don't miss our next episode. Want to dive deeper? Check out our Medium article on this topic at medium.com/@InsightWorldDaily, or catch this video on rumble.com/user/InsightWorld. Follow us on X @One Insight World for updates. Tag us with #Geopolitics and #New World Order to join the conversation. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Israel's supply chain mastery. Let's keep exploring the hidden currents of global power together. Stay curious.